Welcome, welcome, welcome. 619 says, sounds like he's so disappointed. Alive again? Hey man, the schedule is all messed up. I'd have to say that. So I got to get him in. Not that, you know, whatever. All right, I'm back. My daughter had a question. So anyway, here we are. So, oh, let's see what else is going on. The Discord. Yep. So, welcome back to a stream. If you're looking for crypto and DEPIN alpha, you are definitely on the wrong channel. But if you want to hear us all cry for 2 hours on how we missed out on crypto, DEPIN, didn't sell, sold too early, sold too late, um, crypto's dead, crypto's coming back, and all that other whiny baby stuff, welcome home. You're in the perfect spot for it. I even ran out of Diet Coke. Oh, God. That's definitely going to be a long night. So, Jay Styles says I can't say MCore because then he's going to have to get drunk. I don't want to make him get drunk like that. So I won't tell you it's been, even tonight, I was sitting in my office for 2 hours later and putting stuff together and try to planning out the stuff. We're playing with a new app for that called War Driving. And it's actually a pretty cool thing if you don't mind spending $4.69 a gallon for diesel. But you download a War Driving app for that particular project and you ride around. And when you have a good amount of repeaters around, you're driving around and you can see what different type of what kind of coverage you get. We still got a lot to fill in, that's for damn sure. But I won't say the name of the project because hmm, no, it's not what we want. There we go. But so like you can see that they got the way I did it before was so you can see leaderboard, Grumpy's in second place, top explorers, best repeater pings, who's getting the best transmissions. Like I said, before you could actually see the repeaters. I don't know why you can't see the repeaters. But then, like I said, it's a cool thing. And it just makes you challenge more because you want more. You don't want to see any reds. There's a lot of reds. And it's not 100% accurate because, like, you got a repeater right here, but it right here, it, it doesn't show coverage, which is bullshit. Same thing like right here. I can send messages anywhere from around here, but war driving shows it. But you know, I don't wanna get too deep in that because somebody's gonna say, "Oh, I thought this was a crypto thing like last night." So yeah, but it's something to keep you entertained and spend money you don't have. I'm kind of tapped out at this point, so even if I need a repeater somewhere, it ain't happening. People donated, but whatever. So one thing I did notice also, if we start talking about crypto, is we talked about how Anacoin, that token has been going up, and I noticed this earlier on X. Um, this was actually posted yesterday. In the last weeks, they started increasing the liquidity pool. It's surprising how those things kind of work, huh? Basic crypto project tokenomics. Um, In the last weeks, we started increasing the liquidity pool. The liquidity pool that's undersized results in unnecessary volatility in both directions. We will continue to increase the pool and build depth over the coming year. We've updated our smart contracts to ensure our circulating supply is tracking accurately across the board. You will now see the correct market cap displayed, 2 million. Displayed 2 million corrected from the inaccurate 6 million. I'm curious if they finally, or at some point, y'all know, I don't know why I'm so stuck in this. I don't mean deep down, I don't give two craps, but I am curious to see if they are going to ever get on Coin Market Cap. But congratulations to Anacoy, at least for getting this part done. Um, I'm curious to know what y'all really think of Anacoy. I'm wondering if like, are some of y'all surprised by what Anacoy has done so far? Did some of y'all think it was just going to piggyback off of GeoNet? Did some of y'all think it was going to be successful? Did some of y'all think that they were just copying off of them and they weren't going to make it this far? Well, what do you think? We know they have some paying customers out there. Uh, I'm I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite impressed because sometimes these copycat projects don't really do anything. Um, you know, this is a perfect example on why you have to watch what you're messing with because this shows you the amount of scammer tokens that are out there. And you have an Anacoy Dick, an Anacoy, and this Anacoy even has the actual like little Anacoy logo, but it had one day in August. Maybe search it again. But there are several actually that showed up. There's another one that has its logo. You can kind of tell by the FTV that's only got $83 in it, but this one's got $5,600 in it. You just gotta be careful. Just be careful when you're looking up some of these tokens. But this is Anacoy. Right here, boy, they had a nice little dip today, didn't they? I guess I should have looked at that before. Bitcoin kind of going up. My head's in the way. Back up to $71,000. I don't have time to talk about Meshcore. See, I said it. Y'all need to go take a shot now. But that's what the guy's calling me for. Something to do with his repeater, I guarantee it. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin has started coming back up. This is the daily chart. The daily chart is the 1 hour chart. We're back to where we were March 10th. It still is kind of sideways. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get excited yet. Are we getting excited yet? But that's crazy. Look, this is Bitcoin and this is Solana. Look, that's like almost identical. That's crazy. But Solana's at $88. I need it to go up about another $50 so I can break even. That's at 0.0072. So that vet I bought last week at 0.068, I'm up on that, but I'm even on the vet I bought earlier than that. Tomorrow's payday. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm probably not buying anything. I'm sick of buying the dips. I'm sick of buying the dips. You know, if I don't have enough vet by now, which I don't, but this is me. This is not financial advice, but I'm not DCAing tomorrow. Like I got a bad taste in my mouth. It's not this Sprite either. I know we talked about this at length last week's live, but I think my DCA and my crypto purchasing days are gonna be Bitcoin from now on. I really do. I know. I think I don't know if it's 619 or one of them talked about how people just they're cashing out their. I forget who said that, but people cashing out their DEPIN tokens just to keep buying Bitcoin and keep buying Bitcoin. Maybe they're on to something. There's people out there that know way more than me. I keep saying that's the reason why for 11 years I've been in crypto, and here I am. Wonder if my electric bill's gonna get turned off. Buy another Helltech V4. But it ain't just a Helltech V4. It's an antenna for that Helltech V4. It's a box for that Helltech V. That's $22, $25. It's a battery for that. It's that's another $25, $24. That's a solar panel. That's another $20. To put a repeater box together, you had $120 before you put an antenna on it. You can put this piece of crap antenna on it right here and get about half a block of range. I mean, these have gone up on Amazon because I put some of these on Meshtastic. These are $22 now on Amazon. They were cheaper than that. I'm starting to run out of helium stuff. I've been taking my helium stuff down and reusing all those parts and antennas. I'm kind of running out. I'm pumping the brakes on some of that stuff. Not that I want to. I look at these maps and I'm thinking that I really need to keep going, but more. That's all I can say. I've been driving around doing my war driving and stuff like that, trying to figure out where I got gaps at. Baton Rouge is getting filled up, but I can't get no help in here. Keep saying I need something in Gonzales or Prairieville area and up here. Slidell, think there's something coming up in here, but at work I'm supposed to be doing real work, and I'm either dealing with crypto, Discord, this mesh stuff. It's always something. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to keep up with. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Vet had a nice surge. Seems to be having a nice surge right now. But again, I need Solana to do it. I mean, we get a nice surge right now. So apparently, the grumpy YouTube and the power of the Grumpians, y'all are willing this crypto to go up, and the crypto is now going up. So y'all keep it up. Well, y'all not helping peak. Look at Ethereum. Looks like it's on Cialis. That's what I need to do. I need to start a Cialis candle of the week or the day when I do these. Cardano. Well, look at helium. Helium got a little pudgy thing going on right there. It's cold outside, you know. We had a cold front come through, so helium's trying. It's just a little cold outside. They're up to $1.16. I mean, they were up to $1.30 just 2 days ago or yesterday. $1.30. Look out! Here comes helium. Lunar Classic, AVAX. You know, somebody brought up the other night. Funny how these things work. Somebody brought up the other night Algorand, and I said, you know, I haven't really heard that much about Algorand. Now, don't get me wrong. When you look around Twitter and stuff, somebody's always, you know, saying like, what chain of people think is dead and still going? People like Algorand. But I did watch a video the other day about certain chains that are really struggling, and you might be close to putting the doornail in them. Again, it was their video, not mine. They mentioned about 6 or 7 different chains that I'm really not even familiar with. One of them was Algorand. So I don't know what's going on with it. You know, and look, these people don't know shit. I don't put that much effort into it. You know, how do they know? You tell me all the projects that were on Algorand abandoned it. You know, people tell me Vet's dead, but we can Google right now the stuff still building on Vet. If you're not buying it and you're not into it, you're gonna say it's dead. Let's be honest. I don't know. It's what else? I got 319 kilometers with the Alpha. Maybe put the Alpha on a space shuttle. Did you sneak one on the space shuttle? Because down here in the flatlands, we can't get a mile between Alphas. Can't get a mile between Alphas, at least on the M core. M-Tastic has a little more range on it, but I think a metal coat hanger would do better with Alpha. The only thing I think is worse than the Alpha are the Reagan antennas. But again, not that I'm trying to make this a mesh YouTube live, but I'm gonna address it because we're talking about it. If you look at the independent studies of the Alphas, when people start arguing about them online on Facebook or Discord, they always post what the RF signal is coming out of it. It's the little graph. But what it is if this is the Alpha, you're not getting RF this way and this way. You're getting RF kind of like this. So in places on the West Coast, they love these. Why? Because you have them at your house and they have a lot of these high up hill or mountain or these elevated repeaters. And this is an antenna that's actually decent for that because it's got a screwed up RF. So they use this antenna's weakness to their advantage. But in Louisiana, it's not the best antenna. Now, if you don't want to spend too much to get started, I've told people, put it on there. I'd rather you see that, put that on there and put it on your house until you can afford a better antenna because you just spent $120, you know, on a repeater box. But I tell you, at some point, I might have to start putting them on there because when I start running out of these helium antennas, I'm not spending $200 for a repeater because that's what the repeater is going to cost to build and to put an antenna on it. So 6-7, haha, 9-5. So look at D Vaseline in the house, man. I saw a ghost. What's happening, man? Nice to have you in here. Hope everything's going well with you and your family. Hope the kids are doing well. I miss seeing you in the Discord. No bullshit. Hope everything's going well for you, man. What else is going on? We got 17 people in here. Everybody, please hit the like button. We got more people in here right now than we did last night. Last night was a last minute live thing. I didn't know if the schedule was going to allow it. And we did it. I wanted to do one tonight just so we can kind of stay on that Thursday original schedule. But I didn't even look at the softball schedule for next week. So I don't know what next week even looks like. We have that big sportsman show coming up that I'm in charge of. So that's going to be, let me see. What's today? The 12th. So Tuesday looks like I'm going to be good. Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, I don't know about Thursday. So at least next week we know we're doing a live on Tuesday. How about that? So Thursday looks like I got something planned, but it is what it is. Let's get through today first. So what else? Anything else going on? Like I said, we saw that on Twitter X with Encore. Like, I know I got 17 people in here. Raise your hand if you're in Encore right now. I'm just curious. I don't see a lot of people talking about it in my Discord. I know they had some people in it because I would see them talk about it occasionally. I'm just curious if am I the only one that's in Encore? I just don't see a lot of people talking about it. I know I said it before, and I'm regurgitating it, but I didn't have that many people in here, so I'm gonna say it again. I'll say I can admit that I'm surprised at the momentum and what Encore has brought. I know there are some people who just thought it was kind of like a little extra that you can do along with your GeoNet station. Um, the little add-on devices weren't as expensive, and you can do it. At one time, it was like right over $100 just to add a little splitter on it, and you can get the box and get online. Um, Mine was a little bit more than that, but either way, I'm on and I'm doing the same thing. I have an Encore box that's got a splitter on it that's going to my GeoNet, and so I'm mining on one station, GeoNet and Encore. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think Encore was going to be that great. Again, because it was just a little copycat project. It was late to the game. It's the 4D Sky to Wing bits. Other than you can't piggyback, and it costs way more money. 4D Sky does. But hey, Encore has had a lot of announcements as far as customers and what they're doing, and hey, I'm happy for them. I want to see. Yeah, I tell you this all the time. I don't have this gang mentality. I don't have where people will get on X or Discord and start arguing: is GeoNet better or is Encore better? I'm not going to do that. I want to see them both succeed. Y'all have spent y'all money on both these projects, and I want to see them both succeed. I know I'm the YouTuber here, but I keep asking y'all these questions. Does Encore have a yearly halving? I think it. I don't want to get. I don't want to get all triggered again like I did last night over the yearly halving thing. So, according to YouTube AI, YouTube, Jesus, Google, Chrome. Encore has a halving schedule for its native Ono token, which operates similar to Bitcoin, but it's not really a halving. The release of the new Ono token follows a deflationary schedule that reduces the supply of new tokens by 16% per year, essentially acting as a gradual halving to manage supply over time. Total supply is capped at 810 million. Create scarcity, incentivize miners to operate reference stations before demand fully matures. So, I'm thinking that's something kind of like what Wingbits has, where it's not like a full halving, it's like a gradual drop. And if that's what this Encore is, I love it because I think that's much better than a halving. And a halving, you're getting punched in the mouth. And it's a punch in the mouth that lasts you for a year until you get punched in the mouth again. I want to go down 20% just to there. Yep, I saw that. So 6 month on says halving every 4 years. Let's see, 50 divided. A little more 3 years is technically, I guess, a halving. If you use that math. But yeah, we looked at Encore. Um, it was at 4 cents earlier, down to 3 cents. I'd like to. I'm curious to know. It looks like people are pulling out. I mean, it's when in doubt, pull out. $110. Yeah, people pulling out $269 too. See, this is all the same wallet. So somebody with a big wallet is pulling out, unless this is some kind of bot they got to kind of like what several other projects on these dexes have. We've seen this with Entropy and some of these other ones to add transactions, but you have this one and this one, the ones with the U on the end. Hold it for 9 days. So at some point he must have bought low. June. I'll be curious to know about that. Some of y'all know how to analyze stuff way better than me. This is the same guy right here, isn't it? 8MU. This is 3R3. 3R3MNU. Mm-mm. This like I don't know how to work this because this guy sold all this. Why is he not a number one person sold? 3MNU. Is it the same one? I don't know. Did all that and made $24. I don't know how to get in all this. Oh, this is Entropy, man. How come nobody corrected me? Let's try this again. Encore. Man, y'all are probably telling me Encore down. All right, let's see. Okay, this is Encore, 3MNU, top traders. That's not the same guy. Yeah, it is. Sure is. BMU. I don't know. Quite interesting though. Sold $2,800, made $2,800. Anyway, I'm losing y'all. I lost half my people watching just from trying to figure that out. $89,000 liquidity, 56 transactions with 7,000 volume. But yes, you've had a dump today. But it looks like it's all been dumped by the same person. No, this guy had $520. Just who this rip is. But he's only been a holder for 1 day, 7 hours. Y'all can't see it because my freaking head's in the way. Let's try this again. All right. So BMU is a holder for 9 days. This guy right here sold $520 worth, but he's only been a holder for 1 day. Man, people are really trading like this. Like, are they really trading on a core like this? Like, are they expecting that much of a price difference? I don't know. Tell you, when you think crypto's going to zig and zag, you can't. Probably Professor Scambo selling again. Well, we're talking about Encore. So, um, telling you, alphas don't work on flatland. I'm not the only one. That's not just my personal opinion. We have several people in the Louisiana Discord that can also. It's I don't know what it is. I think it's because y'all terrain's different or something. But I literally have 3 to 4 stations that are about 2 miles apart. And when I originally started with all my repeaters, none of them could see each other. Not a single one could see each other. I didn't have any on towers yet. They were all 20 feet up. Some trees in between them, some not trees in them, but they're about 2 miles apart. I spread them out around a certain area when I started doing my testing out. They all had alphas on them. Not a single one. When you sent the message, not a single one could hit the other one. So I got pissed. I bought some of the Amazon ones that are like $30-$40. Tried a couple of different ones, the e-figures with the E on it and Signal Plus and stuff. And when I swapped those alphas out and put those on there, every single one of those repeaters can now hit each other. I don't know what other testing I can do that. Now, we'll tell you on Meshtastic, I found that their range was a little bit better. Some of those, because I run dual out of my repeaters, and my Meshtastics, because I don't care about Meshtastic, but I'm just doing it to help certain people out. Every one of my Meshtastics has one of these on it. 2 miles apart. Sometimes they connect, sometimes they don't. It's just real world. Like it's not bias. It's real world. And you go look in the Louisiana Discord, you can become a member on it and look at it, and people tell you the same thing. They watch these videos, or they're in these Facebook groups from people around the country, especially that Northwest, group that we're very jealous of because they have great coverage for that mesh system. And the alphas work. I really think, again, it's because when you go search on here on what the RF looks like on it, it does not go side to side like an antenna should. It has, something to it. Now, whether or not is what you also have to look at is some of these have, this one will come apart. Some of these aren't built like this. Some of these have a PCB board in them. Even though they say alpha on them, they have a PCB board on them. Those are even worse trash. And occasionally people are getting those because they're taking them apart like I just did and looking at them. These do work better because of this inside. It's got an actual metal inside, where the other one's got PCB and stuff in it. It is what it is. For the price, if you're just trying to get to a repeater down the street, go for it, man. Go for it. I'm sorry. I had to charge my phone, had 1% left in it. So yeah, all that. Next week we do have the just to continue going on, telling you what's going on with my life. I know I should be asking y'all about y'all's life. The second half of the show. This is where I will be next week. Wednesday night. Let me fix this. Too many screens, too many screens. Louisiana Sportsman Show. So I'll be there all day. Thursday, helping set up during the day. We bring all kinds of toys and stuff like that. SWAT has this gigantic, one of them big, crazy boats. I think I've showed y'all pictures of that in the past. The guy with a grant all day out there, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And yes, just so I'm not bored throughout the thing, I am setting up a temporary mesh C word because I don't want Jay Styles to have to take another shot, and Meshtastic device out there to play with. You never know. Some of these guys are these, off-grid prepper types and stuff, and I guarantee I got local people who are in on this stuff, and some work with me, and I was quite surprised by some of the people who are in on that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is where we'll be at. Help with they got a kids fishing rodeo. We have a pond at the park where this is held at. They're actually coming Wednesday to stock it with some big old catfish, perch, brim, whatever y'all want to call them, depending on where you're from. Y'all call them different things. I grew up, I called them perch, brim, sac-a-lait, whatever. Y'all know what the hell any of that means. And then if a kid catches a tagged fish, to $1,000. So, Jimmy Houston, I have pictures of him last year, me and him, and my son and him. I thought my son would come down again, but college life is too great, and he would have to drive 3 hours down. I had free tickets for him and his friends, and they don't have time for that. They don't have time to come hang out with Dad at the sportsman show, even though they're all into fishing and hunting and stuff. They ain't got time for that. Inflatable Heroes Day Friday. Active military, veterans, first responders, they all get in for free. I think that's cool of them also. And fresh crawfish. So I'll be working. I can't get crawfish on my uniform. I'm gonna have to put a big napkin, big apron. So yep, that's where it's at. And free Wi-Fi and stuff like that. Bunch of the captains from around Louisiana and stuff like that. Bunch of vendors. I haven't really even looked at this. B&B Tackle. We use them when we go. You see us go down to Grand Isle and stuff like that. This dude this barbecue was smoking. No pun intended. It was the, boat stuff in case somebody wants to buy a boat. Bourgeois Meat Market. You see this jerky right here. Jay Styles. You want to talk about Hubig's pies? You see this jerky right here? They put that in a Hubig's pie. Oh, it'd be nonsense. Cajun Lures, Captain Sid Seafood doing the crawfish. What else we got? Coop Camp, Cricket Rocket, Cutco, the Valley. Oh, Asian food, Flatliner, Foster's Game to Gator Tracks. That's some cool boats. If y'all ever seen Gator Tracks. I'm trying to see who's gonna be there. Jambalaya Party Pots. Uh-oh. I broke the website. I want to see the second half. Is it not set up? Uh-oh. Oh, well. That's our plans for this weekend. I'm sorry, next weekend. This weekend, I'm going on Sunday. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with it, but hey, dads do things for their daughters, even though they have to cringe when they do it. But I'm going to Banana Ball. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Banana Ball. YouTube Banana Ball. But my sister had tickets, and we got them kind of at a good price. My daughter was supposed to have a friend go with her, so they were going to split the tickets. The girl had something going on with her family. She had to cancel out. Now I got stuck with both tickets. Parking at the Superdome. $60. $60. I'm really thinking about just parking down the street somewhere and Ubering. How could you not? Even if you do it at a hotel, it's $20, and you can Uber for $10. Um, I can't stand banana ball. Can't stand it. I've tried to watch it on TV and YouTube with her. Can't stand it. But that's what we're doing Sunday, and then Saturday at the Hunt and Lease is our yearly meeting. Renewing the dues, having a barbecue fellowship type of thing with everybody. Going over a couple of rule changes and stuff like that. Potluck or something. I don't know. I don't do potlucks. I can cook around here, but I don't like bringing stuff to potlucks. Everybody's got different taste. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Banana Paul, park and walk. F that. Oh, I listen. I'm 10,000% agreement with you. I ain't paying $60. When you go to a Saints game, a New Orleans NFL Saints game, it don't cost $60. The tickets for this thing was stupid. But again, it's my daughter. She's graduating high school. She's a perfect straight A honor roll, top of her class student. Does not get in trouble. Plays softball, and she sits at home all day, every day, even on the weekends. She's like me, unsociable. I love it because I ain't got to worry about anything she's doing. So, how can you not? And look, it's she's going off to college, and she already sent me her first. I don't know if I tell y'all that yesterday. She's already put on the calendar my first day of school, and she sent me that in the middle of work yesterday, and I had to go hide in the bathroom. I'm not ready, but it is what it is. I don't think she had to send me that quick. They had at the college that she's going to, and I'm probably gonna end up telling y'all at some point because I'm very proud that she's going to this college. And it's huge, so I don't have to worry about nobody going to try to stalk her. Where my son's going to a lot smaller college. Um, you know, look, while I trust majority of y'all that are on here, y'all know that I think of a lot of y'all like brothers and family. Y'all been with me since day one or close to day one. They got some weirdos online. Even though I sit and talk about how poor I am, they're gonna have some dumb f that thinks I really do have all this crypto. Y'all know, y'all have heard the stories. So it sucks that I can't. It sucks that I can't bring my daughter on here so y'all can congratulate her on her home run last week. It sucks that I can't show my wife on here because somebody's gonna make comments about her or something like that, good or bad, whatever it is. Um, some of y'all are friends with me on Facebook, so it's not like y'all don't know what she looks like. It is what it is, but it just sucks. It sucks that you live in a world these days that you can't share. Me as the family person and the family first that I preach about all the time, can't can't share that kind of stuff with y'all. Think about it. Has anybody ever seen George's Family or Tyler's or any of these other people that we talk about? Hell, the only reason you saw Bit Boys was because he was going through divorce, and you were seeing the mistress and the wife, and he had to ask the wife for forgiveness on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I don't know. All I got left in my house is Sprite. I gotta go to the store. Ran out Diet Coke. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna have to see what Water Bourbon and Sprite tastes like tonight when I'm playing Call of Duty. A little much DEPIN, playing NFTs and working on my own collection. You, you still doing screen printing too? Need some updated shirts, man. Updated shirts, updated hats. Hopefully, you do some charity work, free to a good home, poor folk. But NFTs, can't comment on those because I'm not a fan. But I guess it's like anything else, I don't know. Maybe I just have a bad taste in my mouth after junk coin when people fighting over those NFTs and entropy. I got NFTs for sale on that. If I thought NFTs were still selling entropy, I'll tell y'all right now, I would take these ESP32s I got, do something else with them, sell my tokens. Yep, I said it. That's how at the point I am with disgusted with this deep in crypto crap, meme crap, um, and make some money off the NFTs. But that NFTs ain't selling. It's I know I'm gonna look this up and it's gonna get me absolutely sick. But let's. 0.3, 0.2 Solana, 0.4 Solana, 0.4 Solana. So what is that, 40 bucks? You're probably not even getting 40 bucks because Magic Eden takes a pretty good chunk of it also. But hell, they sold 12 in the last 24 hours. See? What they've been selling for. Now, see, I don't know if this is what people are receiving in their pocket, or is this before the Magic Eden fees and stuff like that. So let me go real quick. I'm gonna sign in. I'm curious to see. I don't even know where the hell I had my snake at. That's the problem when you have too many freaking wallets and collectibles, and unless when you have it for sale, they're holding it. That might be what it is. Do they hold? Has anybody sold an NFT on Magic Eden? Yeah. See, I don't think. So I'd have to go to my wallet. I'm not doing that right now with all y'all here, but y'all waiting. But I have to find. Let's see how much is the first snake going for? I know I got mine listed for like 3 Solana, because at one time they're going for 4 Solana. So I'm like, hell, I give everybody a deal at 3 Solana. How much is the cheapest snake? The snakes are at 1.9. See, that's disgusting, because at one time these snakes were 4 Solana. 4 Solana when Solana was $200. That's what's fucking disgusting. So where's the first snake? First snake right here sold for 0.956. I don't know if you can see that. 0.956. Again, I don't know if this is before or after the deal. And I'm pretty sure nobody wants my junk coin. That's another one I procrastinated on. I was supposed to sell my junk NFTs, and I got to yours said if you have an NFT for sale, it would not be in your wallet. Yeah, but I still gotta go. I have to go and sign in. I got 7 different Entropy wallets, so I'm gonna have to go sign in 7 different Entropy wallets to find the one that's on sale if I want to reduce it. And again, here's the old thing: do you reduce it and sell it for 1 Solana and get $60 out of it? That's the part that's disgusting. It's, you know, again, I don't want nobody to take the wrong attitude from it, but do we really see Entropy going back up? What I don't even know what. Yeah, it's this hurts. This hurts. I don't mind even showing y'all this disgusting crap. So this is my main Entropy wallet. It had thousands of dollars at one point worth of Entropy in it. I've never touched it. Like, so what do you do at this point? Do you just sell it and get you $300, like I'm supposed to be able to do something with that, then what do you do with it? Put it into Bitcoin, buy vet. It's and then once you do, you're done. There's no more claiming. Your Gita deleter's coming for you. And you also look like an ass because you sat here and told everybody, do not buy, do not buy, do not sell, do not sell, do not sell. And I'm sitting there selling. At some point, I'm going to have to sell at some point. Whether it's next week, next month, next year, at some point, I'm going to have to sell it. And the longer I wait, when you look at it, the longer I wait, I mean, when Solana goes back up to, because some of this is based on Solana. When Solana was $200, when Solana was $150, $130, this was kind of following it. And Solana is now $85 or $80 or whatever Solana is. The, the entropy team is still working. I mean, they're still doing stuff. You can't really be pissed at them. They've told you from day one it's nothing. Remember the whole funny gimmick, haha thing? Yeah, it's nothing. You think I would have learned my lesson from helium, but I didn't. I went and bought Ashlers, even though I already had 4 ESP32s. Still went and bought Ashlers. Um, I mean, it's been about almost a month since they did their last drop. Live and learn. Live and learn. That's all I can tell you. Live and learn. What surprised me is how many are still drinking the Kool-Aid in that group too. Like, is it really still that active? They are. But it's nowhere as active as it was. When you go to the minor section, there's nowhere as active as it used to be. And they're still knocking people for withdrawing. Even drawing even 1% is frowned upon. It's funny how though, one thing I will defend this group on, it's funny how many people in this project get their wallet hacked. Like, of all the projects I've been a part of, you have all these people saying, don't ban me, don't let the Jita deleter boot me out or anything like that. My wallet got hacked and I lost my entropy. Okay, look, I can see that possibly happen to 1 or 2 people, but if you didn't give your keys away and your other crypto didn't get hacked, my crypto got hacked. My 543,000 or whatever. It is that I gotta say, you're right. Their Discord is quite active. Look, they were it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but they were a very passionate group. You have to give them that. it was a cult. They they had all the jokes and they said they were a cult. Um, they kind of lost me when they started doing all the videos on X of pink stuff and everything like that, and posting announcements on that. That seems to have calmed down a little bit, but I know they were going to different conventions and conferences and still pushing it. Um, I don't know if anybody's even selling Ashlers anymore at this point. They were supposed to come out with their own shop, so they were pushing Ashlers again. I don't know how successful that was, but hey, man, I tell you, that's another one I got completely wrong. I'm not stupid. I do realize that when you add 2,000 miners, your rewards are going to go down. But I really thought they were going to hold people's fire. And reading this, they are still holding people's feet to the fire that if you sell, you get effed. And I just thought that would help the token price balance out compared to the amount of people who were. But I guess you have people who come on here and they make, $200 and they quit. They bought the Ashler for 100. They might have already gotten the NFT from being in it early, made another 100 and said, see ya. And then tore apart the Ashler for ESP32. Then did helium solo mining. I don't know. Don't forget about the coffee. Oh yeah. Yeah. They teamed up with who did they team? They teamed up with, you gotta give it to them. They do some advertising. That's what you want to call it. Remember before you could only buy so many Ashlers? Yeah, they ain't doing that no more. But they had the coffee too. Hey, listen, I I defended them on the coffee, and I'll still defend them. People complained when they thought that they were going to disappear with all their money and not even be involved in the project no more. So what do? They team up with Raposa. And suppose Raposa is a company that they'll put any image on. If I want a grumpy dad coffee, and I come up with an image of an old guy holding a mesh core repeater and a cup of bourbon in his other hand, they'll put that on an image for me, and I can start selling my own coffee. I'm a coffee and chicory from the South kind of guy, so I don't know if I could do this. But anyway, um, so I'll give it to him. I'll give him a little credit with credit. I mean, it's fun and interested in that kind of stuff like that. Like I said, you got people who are going to complain because they ain't doing shit, and you got people who complain when they do this. Like, I don't know what y'all want. I don't know what I want, because at one point they were supposed to do this capital market thing right here. You haven't heard a single thing about it. Um, yeah. How does that make you feel? This was supposed to be what was going to help the token price out, because people were going to use this, and then fucking spell. And people who use this, that those fees were supposed to go towards liquidity in the token to help raise that price back up. Sure you would, dude. Sure you would. So, you know, um, This is, I'll be honest with you, I haven't even looked really into all this stuff. So you can long Solana 2x. So you can short Solana, Bitcoin. Right. Look, this is above my. Is there an Ashler? What the hell is this? Oh, if you want to buy the Ashler, $140. Yeah, yeah, making my head itch. Right. Trying to think, when was the time? Was it the NFTs that went out after the Ashlers? I'm pretty sure it was, or something. And the price was skyrocketing, or the token, and skyrocketing. And all of a sudden, you had all this liquidity pulled out, and it killed it. And they tried saying, we told you this was going to happen. We, had to pull it back for this and this and this. And that's put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. I even DM'd them about it. They're trying to say they had to come out of pocket for a lot of stuff in the beginning. When you bought the NFTs or something like that, suppose Professor Lambo came out of his pocket for, what was it, like 40 Solana at the time or something crazy like that. But who knows? Who knows? We all made fun of Joe. I forget his YouTube page, Joe. On a live, he sat there and talked about how, and it went down very shitty because, and I followed Joe. I haven't really followed him lately, but I don't know if he's even messing with YouTube that much. But I'm gonna look for him while I'm talking about him. But I don't know what the hell he is. But either way, anyway, they allowed him to get in early. They gave him a free cred and all that stuff like that. He goes in there and he makes all kinds of stuff, and then he just gets up to about over $1,000 and sells. And he's on his that night. He's on his YouTube, and I'm watching him. He's like, "Yeah, f that. I made my $1,000. Y'all are all stupid for sticking around in it and all that stuff like that, and we're sitting there all defending entropy and stuff." And oh boy, I've been in it for, what's it been now? 2 years, a year and a half, and all my wilds combined, he made more than I did. He was in it for 2 or 3 months. He's also the one that said that there was no way that Wingbits would ever sell to customers and all that stuff like that. So that shows you what he knows. But I can't find his YouTube. It was something Joe. I don't know. Network bits. There it is. Network bits. I'd like to know what he says now about. Well, I guess technically he can't say anything about. No, that's not him. It's not him. At least I don't think it's him. Wait, let's see. Well, this is a different network bits. This network bits doesn't have any videos attached to it. Yeah, here he is, right here. It is Joe from Network Bits. Sure is. So did he clear out all his YouTube? I guess when the going gets tough. I don't know. I don't know. He sold his YouTube. Yeah, that's it. He sold. Wait, I can sell my YouTube? How much can I get for that? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Y'all pump the brakes for a second. Hold on. Let me find a piece of paper real quick. Hey man, times are tight. I gotta pay for a graduation party for my daughter coming up soon. I'm like, y'all don't y'all don't mind the sign. I'm just gonna keep on talking. All right, so here we go. So shit. He sold the Wayfire Wireless for what? Like I said, the dude individually, we were in some discords together. Me and him chatted back and forth a couple of times. He knew me. He called me out not called me out in a negative way, a bad way. Mentioned me as a good thing, like in some of his YouTube lives. And anybody who does that for me, especially, 2 years ago, I got nothing negative to say about him. I didn't like the Wingbits comments. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like how it went down with Entropy at the time. But, we also sat here and knocked Tech Hustler and called him all kinds of stuff. Not we, y'all, and not all y'all. I know some of y'all this in the in the room don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but they both called it. At least on some of those fronts. Joe walked out of Joe lost some cred and pissed off a lot of guys with, and that's a rabid, rambunctious group at Entropy. And he pissed a lot of them off. He might as well pissed on them with gasoline on the fire. But the dude walked away with over $1,000 from that project. Hindsight, and the same thing I say it all the time about Tech Hustler. Y'all sat here in this live and laughed at that man when he was smashing these DEPIN miners and talked about how we missed the alt season and how called out some of these DEPIN projects that all they were in was for selling devices. And you look at where we at now with a lot of these projects, Entropy selling these freaking Ashlers for $139 that have a 3D case on them with a ESP32 in them in a wall wart. Don't get me started on Nubula. What you think Nubula made? What all bullshit aside, I don't want nobody to joke. Like, I'm being serious. What do you think Nubula paid per device? And then turned around and sold it for $300. It's got a little wind thing on the top. Can't tell what direction it's coming from. Don't have no idea what if it's raining or not. It's got some type of temperature, humidity sensors in it. I don't know what those would cause. It's got a battery in it. It's got a solar panel in it. You think they made them for 150 and then made 150? And how many think they sold? And again, I'm gonna ask you, was Tech Hustler wrong? How many WeatherXM devices do you think WeatherXM sold? Was Tech Hustler wrong? Wait, I don't like Wingbits because of Shaw. Oh, he didn't like Wingbits because of Shaw. Who's Shaw? Put the bullet. Joe used to work for Nebra. Seriously, you really think it only cost $25 to make that Nubula weather station? I think it was more than that. Just from putting these devices together that I can't mention the name because I don't want Jay Styles to drink. Where the lithium battery goes for, a mini solar panel, the housing, those temperature sensors they're not expensive, but they're not cheap. I mean, hell, even if they're $10, $20 a piece, you got to put all that together on some kind of board that's going to transmit that into Wi-Fi. I bet they cost at least $100 to make. I don't know. Unless with some kids in some sweatshops, possibly. But again, nothing close to $300. I don't think I had nothing close to. I don't think they were $150. They probably more than doubled their money. I don't know. Wait, yeah, J Styles, you can't drink, dude. I didn't say Meshcore. Never mind. Okay, now you can drink. ESP32, some 3D printing, but it's got the sensors in it. Again, the sensors ain't nothing stupidly expensive, but I bet they were $10 a piece. So either the $10 a piece, plus the battery, plus the solar panel, Wi-Fi transmitter. I mean, it is probably cheap China parts. I don't know. The devices are cheap, maybe $25, $35 each, since they have some same ones on Alibaba or AliExpress. I'll ask y'all this question. Whatever happened to oh Jesus, forgive me. Been a long day. What was the other weather station one? Because I wasn't at Discord. I got out of it just because I didn't want to look at it no more. I didn't even want to be even tempted. Not I keep saying XNet, but it wasn't XNet. It was SkyX. Was that it? SkyX? Whatever happened to SkyX? Is anybody still in SkyX? Did SkyX ever go mainnet? Are they close to mainnet? Shaw, owner of Nebra. Fool never shipped my outdoor 4 years. Wait. Shaw, the owner of Nebra, is a developer for Wingbits. It's like a freaking sexual gonorrhea disease that just keeps going around the circle, doesn't it? It's like, I mean, I hope that's not the crypto expert that they called in to figure out some of these tokenomics. I'm not, and look, I hate to say that kind of stuff because I don't want to knock Wingbits if it's not, if it none of this stuff's true. So I don't want to cause anything with the 17 people I'm watching or the 100 people that are going to watch this after. So I'm not going to comment too much on my disappointment on that, but it just, some of these same names get regurgitated. Was Niebuhr the ones that came out with the rocks? Because that was the worst piece of shit ever. Those rock pies. I had probably 5 or 6 of them, and about 4 that somebody gave me, and none of them, I can't remember direction. Either they couldn't witness each other, or when they sent out witnesses, nobody could see them. One or the other, all of them. And I'm talking about like in different towns. They were, and you couldn't get help because they would say, we looked into it, everything's fine. Everything's not fine. Like, I have other devices that were further away, sense caps and stuff that could all witness each other, and your crap can't witness it, period. I forget what it was. I don't know if that was Nebra. Yeah, that had to be Nebra. It was crap. Effing crap. Weather XM station sell for $74 on this. I told y'all straight up, the first time I installed a Weather XM device, the damn thing broke apart in my hands. And I wasn't that strong. As I'm holding it together and I'm trying to hold it on my antenna mast or the tower, as I'm connecting it and metal strapping it to this thing, the casing's falling apart. And then the parts are now starting to fall out. Like, I had to sit and snap it back together, put a zip tie around it. And I'm like, this thing ain't lasting through a hurricane. Now, I will say, I'll give it credit. 2024, we had Hurricane Francine, something like that came through Laplace. We got about a 70, 80 mile an hour gust every now and then. So we did get up there. And it held. It held together. I would be very surprised if it could handle a Hurricane Ida. We had 90 to 100 mile an hour plus winds, plus 80 sustained when the damn thing's just parked right on top of us for 10, 12 hours, and that's why it destroyed so much. I have zero faith in it lasting through something like that. But I don't have faith in that stupid little holder that Nubla's got, that the little thing that you screwed onto it, and I don't have faith in that. I see that snapping off in a heartbeat. I don't know. I still can't get in my Nubla stuff. And to be honest with you, I haven't really tried that much more. So be it. If I'm missing out on Lambo money, I'm missing out on Lambo money, which I'm not. 619 says his survived a 88-mile-an-hour a couple of months ago. That's good. But, I don't know. We cringe over the cheap devices and stuff like that. And then when 40 Sky has a quality device, we're cringing over a $900 device. Think about it. We're spoiled. You can't satisfy us either way, right? Crazy. Mass Change still got DIY devices. I keep telling y'all, even if you're not around water, and I don't have a referral code for you. At least I don't think I do. I don't think I even attached this. I don't think I even attached a description into this live. It was so last minute. But people are gonna still say he only does all this stuff to push his codes. The last 2 videos, I don't even have codes. Kiss my ass. Monster. What else? Make sure I'm caught up here. Anything else? What y'all want to talk about next? Anything else going on? Want to buy some more entropy? Oh, look, we're talking about entropy. Look, to the moon, man. We're about to eat a zero. Somebody bought $11 worth 11 minutes ago. Somebody on this video bought $11 worth of entropy in the count. I mean, and it jumped up this high. The candle jumped up this high for $11. Just think if I bought $100 worth. Don't think about it. Anything else? Anything else? GeoNet is up 1% since yesterday, and actually came down today and went back up. What else? Demo 1% since yesterday. Remember we kept talking about Zcash, trying to get miners back online and stuff. That was in November. Damn, that was back. That shows you how much time flies. That was November. We were all talking about Zcash and privacy and how it went. I mean, but still, you're still up. But again, if you're holding Zcash, let me fix the screen a little bit. You're at $214 right now. Like, what do you do? Like, I hope nobody bought up here, even though we're talking about it, we got all excited. But I mean, this was a healthy jump. You were at $30, $40. This was a healthy jump, and now you're down $214. So do you think it's ever going to go back up like this again? It released at $4,200, which I doubt that. But either way, and it's always been this double digit. Oh, it was 150. That was the last bull run. But 25, 25, and then you had that. Like, news of massive resignation. Oh, yeah, I do remember this. Yep. Nobody can have a good thing. Who's buying a mass node? Anybody? $1.2 meter modular AIS antenna. 5 dBi gain, SWR 1.2. What's 1.2 be? About 4 feet? Oh, I can't start yawning. I can't start yawning. Oh. True dual channel, frequency, modulation, security, GNS, connectivity. So it's going to have Wi-Fi and Ethernet, 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, Ethernet, USB interface. It is 121 by 89 by 44 millimeters with an industrial grade enclosure with protective corner guards. Can be operated from negative 20 Celsius to positive 65 Celsius. Any of you Canadians can tell me the difference between 65 Celsius and Fahrenheit? 65 Celsius Fahrenheit is 149 degrees. So you can put this in the box somewhere on a pole, and I don't think you have to worry about it overheating at 149. If it does, we got way more problems than your mass chain node. So biggest question is going to be price. And depending on how far you live from waterways, and it can even be rivers in the middle of, I'm not going to go rehash all that, but just because you live in the middle of the United States, you might have some spots that still have these type of ships that you can go and track. It's just whether or not whatever they want for this device, what do you think this device costs? Let's play that game. What do you think this device costs to manufacture? This is a device that they didn't manufacture themselves or anything like that. They outsourced it, obviously, to this company. I'm curious to know, what do y'all think this is going to, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Have y'all seen, or have I forgotten? Have they announced how much that's going to be? I'm curious. Announcements. Oh no. Look, I'm in Mass Chain because it doesn't cost me anything to get in. Next time I go down to Grand Isle, which might be sooner than I thought because my wing bit station down there is offline. I'm adding this to my wing bit station down there, and I will be adding my third Mass Chain device. So therefore, I already have one of these. I don't know what antenna I'm going to use. I'm not in the mood to buy an antenna. I'm buying enough stuff right now. Things are way too tight for me to keep buying things. Hell, I might even use a wing bits antenna just to get in the station online and get that area down there, because I ain't missing South Louisiana. I don't know. Raspberry Pi and antenna, $900. Oh, I don't think y'all think this thing's gonna cost not $750 to $900. I don't think so. To me, this looks identical to the Encore station, which did go up in price some. You don't think this looks identical to that? There you go. But does this include accessories, antenna and cabling provided? So this does come with the antenna. So I'm betting they're gonna check this out. This is on clearance too. On clearance. I bet you see it similar to this price. Cause think about it, that looks identical to this one, doesn't it? Got the rubber guards on the side. I think it looks identical. Got rubber guards on the side. I'm thinking it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. Listen, I know they got people who are looking to purchase this. I know they do. I've seen them talk about it. They don't want to deal with setting it up. You know, when I first set up mine, there was a learning curve to it. I had to get help, and then that's why I did a video. I set up my second one recently in Baton Rouge. Some people say that my video is outdated already, that something's changed on it. I set up mine identical to like my video I did, and it worked. Let me back up so people don't think I'm losing my mind. I set it up for Baton Rouge. It sat here forever, but I used it for the video. I then had to swap devices at Baton Rouge, so I had to reinstall it sometime later. And I reinstalled it on a different device, same identical way on my video, and it worked. Now, if they're doing something new now, I don't know. But when I go to Grand Isle, we'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see. That's a good price for Honor Core, 619 says. Hey, what do we say you're making? You're making, at least today, right now, you're making $1 a day. Price continues to go up. The profit line goes up. ROI maybe a yearish. One time we were trying to ROI or not, I know some people don't like that word ROI. We were trying to break even on expenses at 6 months. That's always been kind of my gauge. But the way DEPIN's looking right now, we just want to break even. But I'd like to break even under a year. And this will, if you look at it, you're awfully close to that. The one that I got was only an N-Trip X, only N-Trip X. It had nothing that came with it. So I don't know. This thing is 50% off, 46% off. But I'm telling you right now, it wasn't $671. There's 64 of them in stock. And Grumpy ain't got no code for this. Saying that, I was trying to see if Helium Deploy sold any of those miners for Honor Core. It does not appear that they do. $500 for a solo miner. That for Doge and Litecoin. One in 170 chance of winning that at 907. So that must be what they're playing at. So does anybody in here think really that this is $500 worth of parts? Hey, use the Grumpy code. Grumpy code, you're saving 10%. So you're paying $450 for it. $450. At one point these things were so many drops in that you were 2 or 3, 4 months out. Now this is shipping in the month. If you look at the last 30 days, technically I'm selling more WB200 wing bits than air squitters. Just saying. At one point, air squitters outnumbered WB200s that I was selling. At one point, there were people still buying MGW310s also. Take that for whatever it's worth. Um, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to do a video on this. $100 off right now. On sale. And it ships in 2 days on a WB200. On sale, $100 off. Now, normally with helium deploy, you cannot use the Grumpy code, but I'll put a link in there because I do get some kind of like little bonus points if people use my link to get to helium deploy. So if people can possibly just use that for me, I would really appreciate it, just to keep me with some cred to helium deploy, because I know things have really been slow, you know. It's 8:40, man. Time flies when you're having fun. Been there an hour and 40 minutes. I hope everybody hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. All right, everybody click that link. That's your homework. Help a brother out. Go see what's on sale today at Helium Deploy. Um, yes. Save. So now, I don't know if you'd have to refresh, I guess. It's actually in the, well, at least it should be in the comments below. Man, funny what you find when you go top project. MGW 310 on sale, $876. This is actually $119 off. Also ships out in 2 days. Again, I'm gonna say the same thing. I don't think that, this is the combined Wingbits and GeoNet device. And it ships out 2 days, and again, $119 off. And that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure the same thing. While I get helped if you use my link just to get to Helium Deploy, that's the link I showed y'all. I get a little bit of, like, I don't know how it works. I don't really get. I get like attaboys or something like that. It still helps the channel out to show that people are still engaging with me, and Helium Deploy keeps our little agreement going on that y'all are going to using my link to go to their website, even if you don't buy an MGW 310. But usually when these things are on sale like this, unless there's an update in the Telegram that I didn't see, which probably, you don't know if it ain't a mess core, I'm not paying attention to it, as Jay Styles says. Let's see. I don't know if y'all have ever heard me say this on a video. Stop me if y'all have ever heard me say this. But I absolutely despise Telegram. I feel like just ick going to it. Let's see. Oh, no words. Combinder. Nothing. Brusho. Mm-mm. Nothing from them on this. But anyway, so yeah, that's on sale. What else is on sale? GeoNet Mobile CM. Triple band is a rover. What is this fancy thing here? Like a little kid. A magic miner. Oh, I did see. I think Voska, somebody did a video on this, or Tech Hustler did a video on this. Look, they even got magic miner in like the Harry Potter kind of font. Wait. I want to see that. Final sale. It shipped from the warehouse 3 months ago. Oh, I can put my phone on top of it and it charges. So mine is. So I guess this is a lottery. Yeah, that looks cool for the first 5 minutes. It's on your desk. Would I not agree with that? But I do like this part. I can put this on my desk. But the fact that it's on pre-order. Oh, see that this says it ships March 28th. This says January 28th. Anybody? Does anybody have the magic miner from Harry Potter World? Universal Studios wants to tell us game. I can't stand. Have you looked at Outvox? No. Just a bunch of villagers that play the game. You might make more money. Just buy a bunch of villagers. Okay. This actually was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. Not that I have $150 to blow in it right now. Maybe. Oh, none of y'all told me. You see how my ADD? I'm just like all over the place. $18. 18 days, 3 hours, 12 minutes, and 21 seconds. Wingbits TGE. Are you ready? See, I would share this on X, but somebody would take it as it's truly the Wingbits TGE and not understand that this is a sarcastic ass joke. I mean, they really can't go and push this TGE back, can they? Really? So yeah, I have plans that Wingbits is gonna like things are so tight around here. I can pinch a penny, make it bleed. But we don't have pennies no more. The government took those away. So I'm pinching nickels. Now keep telling my wife, Wingbits is gonna start paying out, baby. All your dreams are gonna come true. We'll be debt free and everything. Wingbits has a lot to live up to, or Miss Grumpy is gonna be pissed off. And I'm gonna say, blame it on them, sweetheart. Like, I got 15 stations plus 5 that I'm splitting 3 ways with my buddies. Trust me, that's almost 20 stations. I should be debt free by Easter. And if it's not, it's not my fault. I did it. I busted my ass. Let me tell you something. I don't know about y'all right now. Let's put the serious screen back on. I know some of y'all don't have as many DIY devices as I do. But for those of y'all with DIY devices, I'm told I'm the only one. Are y'all having a lot of problems keeping these things online? I'm telling you right now, I have 2, 3, or 4 DIY devices every fucking day going offline. Some take a simple reboot. Some I need to do an apt-get update, apt-get upgrade, reboot. Sometimes reboots don't help. I got to get the um, person at um, the host place to reboot it from me. Like it's and what I'm getting is, and I know y'all probably not going to see this. I don't even know why I'm even going to show it. I'm getting DNS resolution failed, and I've sent it to a couple of people. I know y'all can't see that. There you go. Hold it up there for a second. So what I do, Wingbit status. So like it shows me offline, but my tail scale's still up. When I go to Wingbit status, don't worry about the Geosonic because this is happening to several stations, even if it has way more than this one. The station is in the guy's garage. So, but yeah, I'm getting DNS, and a reboot fixes it. But in 2 or 3 days, like, and this is happening to stations in Idaho, Louisiana, Corpus Christi, Nevada, Florida. So you have, and you remember, I'm using old SenseCap Pis. I'm using Raspberry Pi 4s, like actual just, that's how they were purchased, with Raspberry Pi 4s. One of them is a Syncrobit from Helium. So that's just what the CM4 chip or whatever that you put on the board, and then it becomes a Pi. That's one of those. And the other one is a sweet potato, and also have lip potatoes there. And all of them are having this issue with DNS. Of course, it's just me. But you have different OSs on it. One of them was my sister's, and it's an old computer. I showed y'all one, if y'all remember these videos, these old oh, that hurts. Old Lenovo computers. That's what hers still is. Sitting in her garage. It was one of my first stations I put on a computer back when it was DScam, and just went into it, tail scaled into it, moved it over to Wingbits. Same thing. So you have this has Ubuntu written on it. The other one's got either Raspberry Pi or the lip potato is Libra. It's their OS, but it's like it's a form of Raspberry OS. Some of those have Debian on it. So you have different OSs, different boards, different ISP providers. But somehow it's me. Somehow I'm the only person having problems with this. Jay Styles says, well, first, let me address this one. CMH3 Studio says, nothing against buying more hardware, but if I want to spend $500 on something, it might just be Bitcoin token itself, so I don't have to burn more time on upkeep. My brain just blew up, like, because I have so many things, different things I want to say, and I don't know what I want to say first. I don't want to say I agree with you, but I agree with you. I don't know if it's part of, it's a balance I have to have, because like without some of these projects, I don't have a YouTube channel to a point. Like, let's be honest, me coming on here every Tuesday and Thursday and telling you how proud I am of my kids and how much I like Bywater bourbon and how much I'm into meshcore, like that's gonna get old for y'all after a while. So this channel was built on DIY projects, me showing you how to do this certain things. That's how that's how this YouTube channel started. People saying, hey, can you do a video on how to build a descam station? And then it was about some of these projects too. So I have to kind of watch what I say. But I have 86 to myself, if most of y'all know what that means. I have quit several projects in the last 2-3 weeks because I'm sick of dealing with them. Nadix right now, it's like every day I have to re-sign into it. I'm in the middle of a nitro. I'm still trying to run Nadix because I have the space, I have the phone, and I have the space on my dashboard. And every time, like, I'll go to open it, I got to re-sign into it. Now, it ain't that hard because I just press Gmail, like the Google sign in, confirm the password, and I'm in. But still, I shouldn't. That project's old enough that you shouldn't have these effing problems. Capture Go. It wouldn't scan my stuff in the background, and every time I try to use it, that one didn't save my stuff, so I had to sit there and try to type my email address. It's done. I'm done with it. Wingbits. I keep hoping that the token really is $25 a token, like somebody said, or even $5 a token, $4 a token, or 4 cents or 5 cents a token, like Who Farted would say. But I really don't have time to sit here. I'm so backed up at work with this festival going on and stuff like that. Like, and I joke, but I'm not messing with mesh stuff even while I'm working. I have so many different projects in so many different directions. We get grants, we get audited on the grants, and it's nothing bad. It's just that people give you money and they want to come by and, hey, we're passing by next week. We want to see, you bought this. I don't want to get into too much detail, but hey, we bought these certain things. Y'all bought these certain things about grant money. We just want to come pass by and see y'all in use with them. Yeah, no problem. But you still need to get all that together. Like, I don't have time to be sitting here troubleshooting 5 fucking Wingbits devices. Now, saying that, Jay Styles says, I can tell you what it is. Tailscale override TNS. I have seen this issue with older Tailscale versions. They say they fix it when it comes back on new revisions. I had a problem similar to this in the past, and they made me go into Tailscale and maybe change the magic DNS or something like that, and the problem stopped. I will say that. Don't know if I don't know if like I have override DNS. See, and I have magic DNS turned off. So I don't know what y'all are running. But again, I will tell you, all my stations I have. I can show you this after, but this is what I was told. I was told to add. I was told to turn off magic DNS. But here echo all of a sudden. Anyway, I don't want to give too much stuff away. Let me see. So right now I have 58 machines running, and look, about 4 or 5 of them are older ones that ain't on there. But I have 58 machines running this, and I have 4 or 5 Wingbits devices that are having this problem. So why are my other 10 not having this problem? That's what's weird. And again, different ISP providers, different states, different OSs, different hardware. Yeah, man, it's and sometimes, like I said, and sometimes a reboot fixes it. Sometimes I just can't get into it at all. Tailscale shows it up. It's got a green light, but when I try to SSH into it, I can't. And I gotta go bother the freaking host, and I try not to do that because these hosts are already getting perturbed. And I know for a fact, and if y'all have hosts, y'all might be dealing with the same thing. I know for a fact these hosts probably think that I am pocketing this freaking money and going to Disney World with it. Because how long ago did we tell them that rewards were going to start? They're not crypto savvy. They're not Discord savvy. So it's not like I can tell them, why is this not tightening? It's not like I can sit there and tell them, hey, go to this Discord. You'll see for yourself that they're not paying rewards yet. But some of them already get paid. And what my other fear is that they've heard the elaborate great stories of crypto and what people made with it. And when this token does come out at 0.005 cents, and they've been dealing with this crap. Like one guy had to move, said he'd go take the pole down, move it in the heat, Texas heat, put it somewhere else. It didn't work where it was with the Wi-Fi. He had to move it and shit like that. And My fear is when he gets 0.005 cents of his token. And then the best part is they're not going to understand, even though you try to explain it to them, that their rewards are going to be split over 12 months with what they've made in the last 2 years. I might go on vacation and turn my phones off. Because not only that, but with them not being in crypto, I'm going to have to go and walk them through how to even cash it out. Because these people, and listen, I'm talking about me, but how many other people you think are going through the same example where they have hosts that don't know anything about crypto? I know another guy in crypto who deals with the same thing. His host has no idea about crypto, period. Do you think they're holding on to Wingbits tokens? I can hold on to all the Wingbits tokens I want, but you're going to have hosts out there who are in this for the money. Why else would they be doing it? They're not in it for crypto because they would be in crypto before that. Now, what I think some will do, because some of them have asked me, some will move it to either Solana, or if they don't know what Solana is, they're going to move it straight to Bitcoin. And that's going to kind of be my suggestion, just so I can keep it in crypto. They have no expenses. They were already paying for Wi-Fi at their house. Even the 1 or 2 guys, I think I got 2 hosts that, y'all know I love these 10-foot. Thank you. Excuse me. These 10-foot aluminum post top rail, aluminum post that they use for antenna mast to make a great antenna mast. I even found their local Home Depot or Lowe's in Idaho or in Texas and said, hey, is this the closest Home Depot to you? Okay. I ordered the pipe as a pickup, put them as the guest picker upper, and let them go do it just so they wouldn't have expenses. Because I'm like that. But I'm curious to know what's going to happen with my host. I'll be dead honest with you. And listen, we could get some great price on Wingbits and my whole total attitude change. But while I don't know where I would put them at, it wouldn't necessarily break my heart if they said, you know what? We see these rewards coming in. This really isn't for us. We don't want to deal with it. We don't want this antenna sticking up at our house anymore. We're shipping it back to you. Okay. The only problem I'd have to figure out past that is, how would you split the rewards? Because the rewards you're going to get every day or whatever, however they're broken up over that year, the previous testnet rewards, how are you going to keep them going to your host? And then turn off your percentage, because if it's now hosted by me again, I'm getting 100% of those rewards. But I don't have any hexes around here, even close around here to put this up. I'd have to go back to my experiment of putting a box with a battery in it, with a buckboard, and putting up remote stations. And either way, they'd all still be in Louisiana, so I'm just cutting for myself. You know, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens. That's why there's a part of me, I have anxiety on the rewards getting issued. Because I don't think, at least for us with host, I think the problems are just beginning. Hey, I'm grumpy and I'm negative all the time. And I could try to tell y'all one of the reasons is because if I'm wrong, then that's a positive thing. Right? But y'all tell me, like, if y'all have hosts, any of y'all have hosts? And if they do, are they starting to bother you about TGE? Are you suspecting that they're curious about TGE? I'm curious. Crypto Bullcoin, do I have any new projects? The newest projects I am in right now are 4D Sky and Mass Chain are my 2 newest ones. Mass Chain, you got to live on the water, but they do allow, not on the water, but somewhere close that has a river that does shipping or anything like that. Shipping channels and stuff. I have videos on Mass Chain. All you need is a Pi. If you already have a Pi from a Wingbits DIY station or something else. With Mass Chain, you just need another SDR with a VHF antenna, and you can add that into a current device that you have or a computer your house or something like that, because the AIS catcher can run on Windows also. So that's a free project to get into. So all it costs is the parts to get in with Mass Chain, but it's a very, very, very new project that's probably at least a year away from TGE. So it's going to take patience. 4D Sky, I like anything ADSB related right now. Wingbits is leading the way by far on that. If you don't want to be in Wingbits, or if you're already in Wingbits, or you don't have any hexes open, 4D Sky is your next option, because I think that market can handle both of those projects. Even though Wingbits again has a huge lead on them, but that hardware is expensive. That's like $1,100 American. I don't know where you're at, but those hexes for 4D Sky are way bigger, or way more open, because there's not that many stations. So, do you ever talk to the Ashler professor? Is the Ashler professor, you talking about from Entropy? I mean, we talked a lot in the past. I haven't talked to him lately, if that's who you're talking about. Throttle speed should be fine. Wing pistol takes a bit of data, about 30, 40 gigabytes. Yeah. DIY. You think the Mass Chain DIY is closed? DIY wasn't supposed to close on Mass Chain until, man, don't make me start putting ugly stuff on that Discord. Mass Chain. Mass Chain's not supposed to stop. There's no announcement saying that. Mass Chain is supposed to have DIY until they go either mainnet, or when those devices are available to buy and get shipped out, which neither one's happened yet. Now, I'm not arguing with you. Like you might have seen some kind of post that I haven't seen, but I don't see that. So, um, but I want to address kind of what something CMH said earlier. You're getting to a point right now that if you really, really feel positive about a project, and look, we've discussed this many times on and off about certain projects and other projects. Sometimes, if you feel positive about a project, you might want to buy the tokens. But I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, if you feel real giggly about Wingbits like I do, there's no place to buy tokens. If you think 4D Sky is going to be better than Wingbits, like some people do, I don't know why, but some people do. Again, I'm gonna say I think they're both going to be good projects, because I think the market can handle both of them. You can't buy 4D Sky tokens. Me personally, again, not financial advice, because if I was doing it right, I wouldn't be here 10 years later still making videos. I'm not DIYing into some of these tokens anymore. I'm buying Bitcoin. And my attitude in the past on that was, take for today example, Bitcoin has to reach 140 grand for you to double your money. At this point, Bitcoin is the only thing really. I know there can be some tokens out there, so don't have to point them out. But majority of them, out of majority of them, Bitcoin's the only one that really had a good bull run this season, and that was because of ETFs. That makes you wonder, if there wasn't ETFs, what would have happened? We looked at some alts, and some alts did have a 80-90% increase. Cardano, Solana, depending on what time you got into it. I don't a couple of them, but nothing like a crazy alt season. So, I don't know. Nothing against buying more. I can tell you tail scale. Yes, the way the Maddie DNS, but keep coming back. The Maddie DNS screws it up, and even though we turn off, it's still affecting DNS table somehow. Yep. TGE Q1 2025. That's what they say. That's what they say. I have 3 projects that this host: Geode, Wingbits, and Anacoy. Had to change up the $60 a month sim to a $15 sim, trying to save a few bucks as I have 10 modems running projects. Look, I told y'all, for those of y'all who were in D-Scam, y'all know who I'm talking about, but there was a certain guy from Louisiana who was a huge D-Scam fan and proponent. He was probably one of the only guys left that still listened to the Cookie Monster with all his stuff. I just moved my stuff off of his building last week. I wasn't paying him more ISP stuff. I had a bunch of other projects up there too, but I got to cut costs. And I was paying for the internet feed for Wingbits right down the street from another Wingbits device. But what it was is these 2 buildings in Baton Rouge were in different hexes. And I put them both out there because they could see from their height, line of sight, the Baton Rouge airport. So I put them both out there. Baton Rouge Airport, even though it's an international airport, I fly out of it sometimes, depending on what the pricing is. American Airlines and United them fly out of it. Was not one of Wingbits's airports. So I'm kind of wondering if I need to pull that. My plan is to pull that and put it somehow closer to New Orleans International Airport. None of my stations are really doing, even though I'm 15 miles off New Orleans International, only my tower is doing really good on low altitude devices, rewards. So maybe I need to find a friend or something that can get me close to the airport. I don't know. Before hope it's worth it in the long run. Time will tell. What you working on, Rob? Rob says I have 3 projects as OG. Yeah. Do you have any new projects? Do you look for new tokens to buy even when they aren't mineable? I'm gonna tell you, I bought, again, like I don't know why anybody follows this channel. I bought Peak in a good amount of Peak because this is a DEPIN channel, and I just thought it would be a good look by me buying Peak. Peak is something we heard about for a while. Many projects were supposed to be on Peak and bailed off of it because it took so long. But hey, it was supposed to be the DEPIN blockchain. And, some of these blockchain layer, some people call them layer 0, layer 1 tokens, they do very well because you have all these other projects that build on top of them, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to jump on Peak. And I bought Peak when it released and it was 25, 35, 45, 55, 60-ish cents somewhere. I stopped. It went up to like 75 cents, I think. And I didn't buy them more. And then they started crashing down. And I'm buying the whole way down because my average cost is so high when I bought Peak. And I bought $100 worth of Peak and another $100-something worth of Peak at 40 cents. I ain't got nothing worth of it now. It's down a penny. So I've been buying in the last couple of weeks at a penny. Not that I feel so warm and fuzzy still about Peak, but just to get that average cost down. So in case it ever gets back to 20 cents, well, when you look at what because the one thing I do like about crypto.com is it does tell you what your average cost is, how much you're down from your initial investments or purchases and stuff. So, hey, if I can get it back to like 20 cents, I'm doubling where my investment technically is now. I mean, I'm down below 10 cents now, average cost. But at 1 cent, it's got a lot to go. I think the problem with Peak is I'll give you all 10 seconds to name me a major project on Peak right now. Go. I'm waiting. Mass Chain's on Peak. I don't know why. I think Peak must have promised them something, but they're not released yet. Combinder is going to be on Peak. They ain't doing nothing. Silencio's on Peak. And guess what? The the fork. They don't even do the voice, the sound thing anymore. Now everything is voice AI, and they pay you in USDC. They don't even pay you in your own Silencio token on Peak. So I think that's what's killing Peak right now. Whether it's because of the blockchain or just because there's shitty projects on it, I don't know. So I'm buying Bitcoin. Buying Bitcoin. I think the stock market, all these people, these bulls, everybody is attached to Bitcoin now because of ETFs, and it's going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin, and then I've spent so much crow, it makes me sick. But hey, bills come up and family stuff comes up, and my daughter needs something for senior year, or my son's calling me because he needs something for college or fraternity or something like that, and I've raided my crow. And part of me is I'm blessed that I had that available. But if I told you how much crow I had to how much crow I got today, y'all feel so bad for me, y'all probably would donate some. That's how bad. But it is what it is. It's grown-up adult decisions that maybe aren't the best financial decisions, but you do what the fuck you got to do at the time when you got to do it. That's it. And that's it. How about other than cryptos we climbed today? I think we climbing lately. Like I said, it seems like the longer I keep yapping my lips on this video, we going up. Like I said, somebody gave these candles Cialis today. Look at that. I mean, we went up over $1,000 since we started this live. Peak, not so much. What's grass doing? Grass is another one. I have a crap load of points I've made in this epoch. Come on, grass. I mean, at some point you got to pay out, right? I mean, it's absolute bullshit that it takes 18 months for them to pay out. 18 months. And it's another project I'm telling you right now. When grass, and I think there's a lot of people, according to what I hear, there's a lot of people who are in the same boat as me. But if they truly have 2 million, 2.6 million, which I think is a complete lie, 2.6 million people mining grass, again, complete lie. But how do you prove them wrong? They don't care if some of us quit. But I'm not going to stay on top of when I look at the dashboard and see normally have 6 or 7 IPs mining grass. Now all of a sudden I got 3. Going hunt down which ones it is and figuring out why grass ain't running. I'm not doing that shit no more. I think grass knows we're about to get royally effed on their rewards. Royally effed. All right, where are we at? Definitely don't want that. Oh, do you know anything about VVV? Never heard of it. Entropy Team should add new features and perhaps the token will increase in value. Entropy Team added that exchange thing we just looked at, and they were supposed to, which is a big step for them. They went from a token that was nothing to this exchange thing that we just looked at, and anybody who uses it, supposedly the fees, which were supposed to be very low fees compared to some other exchanges, those fees were supposed to go to liquidity of the token. I have not gone through the token to see if they've actually did that or not. I mean, we can trust them, right? But I don't know. I don't like what else do you do to get? I mean, listen, we're not stupid. We know they made money on Astro sales. We know they made money on it. And think about it. They came up with all these NFTs and minted them. What do you think that cost? And then what they turned around and sold them as? There is no treasury. That's why you have to pay the fee when you claim. So where did all that money go that they collected for NFTs? Hey, look, I still say I'd go if I'm in New York. I know I can't keep up at my age, but I've still said if I'm at a crypto conference, them guys are there. I'd love to hang out with them one night, pretend like I'm 21 again, and drink and have. I think they'd be a fucking blast to hang out with. I have no ill feelings to them because this is not the first crypto project that went to shit, and this ain't gonna be the last one. And the fact that, and I don't mean no disrespect to one or two of my really loyal fans in here, but the fact that I don't burn them at a stake like some people think I should, I just look at it as is just like Nubula and some other projects. The signs were there. We should have saw them. They straight up said from day one, this is nothing. This project is nothing. This is a meme coin. This is a DEPIN meme coin, whatever the F that means. And basically, they told you from day one, don't expect shit from this project. And we all went and bought 2,000 Ashlers, rushed. We were crying about they would only limit us to 5 because you had people who wanted to buy more than that. And now everybody wants to cry because it went to crap. Hey, we're all adults here. Nobody had a gun to your head. Whether or not some people suspect them of doing certain things or not, is some of it true? Probably. Is some of it not true? Probably. Is it somewhere in the middle? Normally. They created their own crypto project and probably made money off of it. Tell me what the F is different than any other crypto project out there. If I'm going to sit right here and concentrate on this, stop the rest of my life, stop spending time with my wife and kids, and me and Jay Styles and the Happy Canadian get together, and D. Vazzolino does all of our art, and we decide to create our own project, whether it's a meme coin, whether it's a ESP32 project or whatever it is, do you think we're doing it for free? There's no charity work here other than this YouTube video, because all YouTube pays me is about $1.39. I couldn't tell you last time I even got paid by YouTube because I haven't been doing videos, because YouTube only pays you once you make $100. I don't think I've gotten paid from YouTube in probably 3 or 4 months. So people who think I do this for the money, no, I do this because I don't have no friends and my wife don't talk to me. So this is y'all my only friends. Thank y'all so much. Anyway, let me just keep going. Keep going. Quake Core. Listen, I don't know if it's the rapture's coming, the end of times, or what's coming, but I sat here and said I wanted to be in Quake Core. I've never been in an earthquake in my life. I've been to California a couple of times. I've always got lucky, no earthquakes, but I've always said, man, I wanted to get in Quake Core, but Louisiana don't have earthquakes. Apparently, even though I've lived out here for 50 years, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Louisiana's been having earthquakes. 5. Last week I posted it in my Discord about the one. I'm gonna say it was a week. Don't somebody quote me on it. Don't come back and say I lie. March 9th. You had a 2.5, a 4, a 3.2. So you've had like 5 earthquakes. State and federal investigators, they're investigating a series of earthquakes. It must be the entropy guys. Somebody blame on entropy. But my point is, maybe I should have gotten Quake Core. Quake Core still no TGE. Seeing today the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we in the dead zone. Crypto's dead. Northwest Arkansas Quake Core. Latest, got to go fix the car. 619. Thank you for coming. Yeah, we are going on 2.5 hours. 16 people still here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave, everybody. Difference in the title, attitude, and act like a-hole. Remember how they would talk down to new people, humility. Listen, I told you, it was like a fraternity. It was like a cult. I've said that before. I have not excused that. I don't excuse it. I've talked before about you always need new blood coming in to projects. And these guys, this was hazing at its finest, just like a college fraternity. And one reason why I never messed with college fraternity is you weren't going to haze me. Playing I know I sound like Al Bundy. Al Bundy was my hero growing up. I've literally watched every Married with Children probably 3 times, at least, if I had to guess. I mean, I've watched Married with Children growing up, and anytime it's on TV, I love Married with Children. So I sound like Al Bundy when I say, when I played high school football. But when I played high school football as a freshman, you got hazed. And I was never going through that shit again. And when I was a senior, I didn't haze people because I was not putting freshmen through that. Because I know how I felt. Plus, I was overweight when I was a freshman, so the bullying was 10 times worse too. But do I, as a 50-year-old adult, was it a bit over the top? I'll say it was. But at that time, if you kind of correlate it, you were hazing people coming into a project that was paying them. And I guess part of it wanted to see how thick their skin was, but they were hazing you. But you were making at one point, we're making $45 a freaking day. You know what? For $45 a day in crypto, you can haze me. I just got to know to sell this time. That's where I fucked up at. It's disgusting. That's part of my issue was that, man, thousands of dollars in my Entropy wallet, and it's worth $300 something right now. And what do? Do you just continue riding it down? Do you sell it? Like, that's the number one question you got in all of crypto. Any of the cryptos I'm into, no. I like I said, I don't know how long ago you asked that. This device built. They're very easy to break when you try to plug it into the charging port. I don't know. I don't even know what a Quake Core device looks like. I don't know if you can buy them anymore. I don't know where you would buy them. I'll tell you, I'm trying to make my life less hectic, and I really think if I get in the project, I want something that's more more easier for me to deal with, that I don't have to stay on top of. 375 AI. 375 AI. If Crypto Bullcorn's still in here, I don't know if you're in 375 AI. That is the best project to run right now. Why? Because it runs in the background of your phone. You ain't got to F with it. You don't have to worry about it being online. You don't have to worry about DNS problems like I do with Wingbits. You don't have to worry about breaking the ports on your Quake Core device. 375 AI just runs. The rewards have gotten a little better. Hey, we're not setting the world on fire, but it just runs. And that's why I got rid of Capture Go, is because it didn't run. Quake Core, $300, $30 off using the Grumpy code. You can get it in 2 days. Helium Deploy, if you're watching, I'd really like to demo a Quake Core device for you. Even though it's been out for 2 years now. But you're right. But y'all said that this can be installed worldwide. So what kind of reward, either I suck at picking crafter projects or unlucky 5 out of my 6 suck? Hive Mapper? Boy, there's some of y'all can tell me about Hive Mapper, huh? I'm glad I canceled that one. I'm very interested in the Quake Core project. So with Quake Core, I mean, I know you don't really know what you're even making because there's no TGE, but how does it work if I put it down here and I don't have any earthquakes? And how anal are they about how you install this? Because, not in this household, but some of y'all 24 years old, 26 years old, who might be in your honeymoon period with your wife, there might be some earthquaking going on in there. So, you can't put this on your nightstand and the bed's banging against the nightstand. Look, we're all adults here. I'm just curious. Like, how does this know? Is there any videos even how to install it? That's why I need one. Hey, Helium Deploys, send me a Quake Core and Solar Miner so I can do some videos, because I have nothing to do videos on right now. Nothing to do videos on right now. Oh, you're running 375AI on Android or iOS? I'm running it on iOS. The only thing I'm running on Android is Chirp Cage and Grass. And even my Chirp Cage does not stay running. And there are no, between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, there are no the little Pokemon people you had the beacons or whatever it was. I got sick of hunting for them. The only one I found in the entire city of New Orleans was literally in the middle of a swamp, 0.8 away. So I couldn't get it even with the magnet when I went out there. Baton Rouge, I think I might have got 2. I got all excited. One was in some old lady's backyard, and I tried getting as close as it was, and her husband came outside, and I was kind of curious. I'm like, has anybody else been coming around here doing like this? And look, I told them who I was with. I told them, and I even showed them the app. Look, I don't tell you I'm not trying to steal your puppy dog in the backyard. They got this app, and I showed them Chirp Cage, and look, it shows it's in your backyard. Who put it in my backyard? It don't work like that. I have to say, Chirp Cage missed the ball. Chirp missed the ball so bad on that. Like, they were putting them stupid beacons, and nobody. How hard is it for somebody to take regional areas and go and check where y'all place them fucking things? So I had to go show these people that this is what it is, and they're like, no, we haven't seen, because I didn't know if it was in the same place for everybody. But I guess they probably wouldn't do that, because then I could call my friends in Baton Rouge and say, this is where it's at, maybe. But they said, no, there was nobody around there. But I Chirp Cage, if I know I'm driving through some new areas I could pick up some new Wi-Fi and some new cellular, I'll run it. But I'm telling you, I don't run it going back and forth to work. I just keep it on and let the grass run, because grass is 3x rewards on it. When grass finally pays out, I'm probably done with that. I'm sick of screwing with 6 phones or 5 phones or now 4 phones or whatever I am when I get in the driveway in the morning, or when I get in the vehicle at work, or when I'm pulling up to work and I got to shut all that down. It just gets tiring. Now, again, if these things were paying good, I'd be doing all of them. Wouldn't you? But what are we even talking about? 375 AI. I actually laughed out loud on that one. The dog looked over at me. Wait, you laughed out loud at what? The earthquake? Hey, man, I was a newlywed once. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Now it's just like the TikTok, the goofy videos, headaches and stomach aches. They look like a smoke detector. Married Children was great. I still can't believe him in the new show is married to Sophie Vega. It's still Peggy Bundy. Yeah, but the difference is he made fun of Peggy Bundy in Married with Children when she walked around her high heels and all this stuff like that, and joked around about how he was the last one stuck in high school to marry her or something like that, where in Family, whatever it was, with Sofia Vergara, he was in love with her. I remember one time she said, never forget one time, because it's a meme that comes up or what video comes up every now and then, a YouTube short. And she says, you want to go take a shower with me? And he says, if I ever say no to that question, you can go ahead and put me out my misery. Yeah, well, I kind of agree with that. So yeah, Mephisto came on, I guess, the wrong time. We're talking about earthquakes and bedrooms, but we're talking about Quake Core. I was questioning, what kind of installation do you need to do on Quake Core? Does it have to be just like laying on the ground? Is that how it's going to detect the earthquakes? Do you have to keep it away from your bedroom if you are newlywed, or if you're, I know they got teenagers that buy 18 and 19, of course, I don't get in trouble, college kids. But I don't think about that. All right. I think I'm done. 9:30. We've been at this for 2.5 hours. I appreciate everybody. I thought this was a crypto stream. We're talking about Quake Core, man. I just showed you. Quake Core. My question is there a certain way you have to install it? Despite what you think, people have lives. Yes, I said a joke about the bedroom, but my point is, even if you have it right here in your office where it can get bumped, I'm moving stuff around. I got ham radios and stuff stacked over here. I got old crypto projects stacked over there. And I nudge the thing. Is it so sensitive that it's gonna trigger an earthquake? You know, it's a legit question, dude. Legit question. And that's what I'm saying. You know, so some people who have small apartments, like I had a buddy years ago who had a studio apartment. It's all one room. Like you go from your bedroom to the kitchen, to the bathroom, to the living room, to the bedroom. It's just one big room. It's a studio apartment. Depending on stuff that goes in there, if you get pissed and throw your Xbox controller and it hits the Quake Core device, what's going to happen to it? It's going to trigger something. It's got to be some kind of thing. If not, because if you're getting paid by earthquake, you got people who are going to be doing this to the damn thing. They get paid. So it is what it is. Dave McDrip says his claimable chirp just disappeared. Man, you're going to make my anxiety go up. That's one thing I never looked at, because the other day when I tried to get in my chirp, I can't get in my chirp. When I log into my chirp, it says I have 0. And I don't want to even think about that right now. I have had no issue with it. I've plugged it in. It runs well. Oh, so Roberto says, you will know if it gets bumped, it will peep. I've had no issues with it. I plugged it in. It runs well. So like I would go plug it in like my son's bedroom, because it's empty now, basically, because he's in college and he don't ever want to come home. He's having the time of his life up there. So I'd plug it in there and just let it sit if I got one. But even 4.3 and a 4.7 or whatever it was in North Louisiana, they showed you how far the tremors were. I asked my son if he felt them. No, but it was also 4:30 in the morning, and you can't wake him up for nothing at 4:30 in the morning. And the little rings around it, the 5-4, he's supposed to feel it, didn't even make it to like Baton Rouge, and I'm an hour from Baton Rouge, 60 miles away from Baton Rouge, 50, something like that. So either with them 4 or 5 earthquakes in Louisiana, Quake Core wouldn't have did anything for me. So that's why I'm curious. Like if you're it says you can use it worldwide. So are you getting like paid so much for just monitoring? And then if you happen to win the earthquake lottery and get an earthquake, you get more? I'm just curious. When it needs a charger plug-in, it will beep. Oh. It's Rob. Oh, so it's Robert or Rob? Beep. Okay. I just said Roberto. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's hard to figure it out. You can call me Roberto. You can call me Rob. Just don't call me late for dinner. Don't look at me. Do I look like I skipped a meal? I do skip meals when I'm doing these because it's 9:30 at night and I know I shouldn't be eating this late. I didn't eat dinner. I came straight home and jumped on here like I usually do. I'm trying not to eat in front of y'all because like I tell myself all the time, like, dude, do you ever go on a YouTube? Be honest. Have y'all ever seen a YouTube person doing a live video or anything and eat in front of y'all? But there's times where like I'm so busy at work, I skip lunch because it's like I look up, it's like 11:30. I'm like, oh, it's almost time for lunch. 12. Oh, okay, it's almost time for lunch. It's 2:30. Oh, might as well not even go to lunch now. I'm gonna go home and eat, save money. $15, $16 a day for lunch, depending on where you go. Hot lunch somewhere or something. I was bringing sandwiches for a while. So then I'd come home and do this, and I'm like, I'm eating in front of them. I'm starving. I didn't eat lunch today. I'm eating pizza. My wife will cook and slob me some food, like we're in jail or something like that. Slob me some food so you don't see her. But still, nobody eats in front of them. So I'm trying not to do that. But like, I'm starving right now. But it's like, hey, we could sit here and chit chat another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. I don't care. But you'll have somebody makes a comment later that, man, your lives are way too long. You have no chapters. I'm like, there's no way I can go. Y'all, some of y'all been here since we started at 7 p.m., 7:03 p.m. Y'all saw how I did that? Because I knew I was going to be a few minutes late, so I set up for 7:03 p.m. like, how do I go back and put this crap in the chapters? There's no way. Oh, similar to the old school pen drawing a line on the paper. You got me. I don't know how that works. Because think about it. I mean, I live in a rural neighborhood, but you get some delivery truck back at garbage truck. You can feel that, especially when it takes the garbage cans and shakes them and puts them back. You can feel that. Like, they're going to think I have an earthquake going on here. No, it's just Monday morning for the garbage. As soon as a bump earthquake happens, you're going to play a chart. We don't care, though. I appreciate you don't care. I've always said this. Y'all don't come here for serious crypto advice. I like to pretend like I have a crypto channel. I'm terrible. I have a crypto channel, but I'm like, don't come to my channel for crypto advice. You know, I do videos on what's going on with certain projects. I didn't even do one Monday because there's no news on them. That's like, But again, look, but I'm an adult and I understand and I take the good with the bad with the good. There's a reason why I haven't got a check from YouTube in 3 or 4 months. Because I haven't made enough for even the $100 minimum. But when I'm only doing lives twice a week, I make 4 cents off the ads that you see on this video. And I do a Monday video every other Monday because there's nothing going on. And I don't think y'all want to sit there for an hour watching videos for me to say, this is chirp. No, there's nothing going on. This is so-and-so. No, there's nothing going on. Sometimes I just don't want to put y'all through that. Even though they're still my number one videos. I don't know. We got subways you can feel. So like, how does it differentiate between a subway and an earthquake? I didn't even think about it. See, we don't have subways here. We don't have basements here. You can't put anything under the ground here. Between the flooding and the basements still freak me out. For 50 years, I've lived above ground here in Louisiana. Nobody's got basements. We don't have tunnels. I remember as a kid in high school, we went to Toronto, Canada. Went to Niagara Falls and Toronto, Canada for a convention. And I freaked the F out. There's a mall that's underground. And I just thought the whole world above me was going to collapse on me. Like, I didn't go panicking like, oh my God, get me out of here. But it was like, I was freaking out. I was flipping out a little bit. Like, I wasn't the only one, because as a teenager, you never saw that before. We didn't leave Louisiana. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, we were on family vacation, but we went to Florida. There's no tunnels there. There's one tunnel driving there, but there's no basements. There's no shopping centers underground. It was just, it's different. I used to go to Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi. You didn't have that there. I think the first time I went to somebody's basement, literally, was I went visit somebody at 23 or 24 years old. My wife, or at that time, future wife, and I went visit her girlfriend that she was friends with in Missouri. And the husband's like, man, come see my man cave. And he had to, while we were watching a football game, we watched a football game down there. It was in the basement. I'm like, this is just blows my mind. So we didn't have subways. Hell, I don't think I rode a subway until I was probably 40 years old on a convention in Chicago. Still feel dirty. It's just crazy. More devices, as soon as, I guess they simply work some of the old school pen drawing, as soon as bump, earthquake, monitor, get subways. More devices simply allow more data knowing how strong it feels at 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 50 kilometers range, etc. And is there any talk of TGE? Not that that's not that that's what I'm about. It's just that Quake Core's been out there for a minute. We're sitting here crying and pissy about wing bits. I think Quake Core came out before wing bits, or close to it. I think the longest wait we've ever had for TGE but still belongs to WeatherXM, if y'all remember how long that was. I don't know. But all right, I'm not gonna make this 3 hours. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna tell my daughter good night before she goes to bed. I tell my daughter good night every night before she goes to bed, and I give her a kiss on the head every night. Every day I come home from work. My wife's on her own. Family, bro. For y'all, especially if any of y'all are younger, don't have kids. I'm telling you, when I was in my early 20s, I said I was never gonna have kids, and it's a blessing. Family. I miss my son every day. I know he's having a time of his life in college, but miss him. It is what it is. And then he comes home and visits for a little while, and he's an ass to my wife and stuff like that. He wants to know what you cooking. I'm starving. I'm like, all right, it's time to go back to college. I'm glad I got to see you. Let's go hunt next week. See you later. Appreciate it. Happy Canadian. I need to finish. I didn't forget about our Facebook Messenger text. I keep telling myself I'm going to reply to it, and then something happens. Like somebody asked me for something at work today. I'm on the phone. I'm literally 3 minutes from my office, and I tell them like, hey, that information's on my desk. As soon as I sit down, I'm not going to do nothing else. I swear. I'm going to look at that information and either take a picture of it, text it to you, or call you and read it off the paper. I literally got out the driveway. I mean, I really parked at work in the parking lot, got to the hallway, started going in my office door, and somebody grabbed me to do something else. Dude, an hour later says, boy, you got lost going to work? I mean, to your desk? I'm like, actually, yes, I did. That's me every day, 4 times a day. 4 times a day. That's why when you at work and you got literally 4 or 5 different projects going on, whether it's radio stuff, grant stuff, crime camera stuff, this sportsman show going on, working on something else I really can't talk too much about. That's like 5 different things right there. Whatever phone call comes, you don't know what the hell it's going to be about, and you just can't get nothing accomplished. But that's life. It's work. I'm glad I'm not unemployed. I'm eligible for retirement in 3 months and 27 days, 28 days. Not that I'm retiring, but I'm eligible. 30 years. But it is what it is. Do SDR need to be programmed to swap the part? For that, no, you just swapping. I would power it down, power it back up. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I know it's a hell of a rod for you. But I one of my host locations, all I did was, and I had a 90 degree on it. I don't know if you have a 90 on it. I've had them where that 90, I've had several, and there's different brands from Amazon, but that 90 strain relief one that we were talking about at one time, this, I've had, especially, and it's weird because they sit in the outdoor box and never get messed with. But I have had several of these extensions. I'm talking about several of these extensions fail. So I don't know if you have one of these on there. It could be as simple as removing that and putting this back in there. I have also I've had a USB port die on a Pi, and all I do is take this and put it into the next one or the next series over. Of course, I always do a power recycle. But I know we tried to power cycle yours, but move it over, power cycle, whatever like that, or just put this into another one. This thing might still be good. I'm hosting one for a guy at a location that helps out for a friend, and I had to go out there about 2 weeks ago because same thing when you go to TAR 1090 screen on the bottom, it says can't find server and stuff like that. He goes to Amazon, buys another one, green one. I go out there and I said, let me just try something first. I rebooted the Pi remotely several times, didn't come back up. Go out there and actually do a power cycle where you're killing the power for 10, 15 seconds. Plugged it back. Didn't even move the USB because the box is so tight. Strictly unplugged the power, waited 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I get sidetracked. Plugged it back in. It's worked ever since. So don't just automatically go and swap your SDR. Try a couple of different things. Bring some holy water. Pour some alcohol on it. You never know what's going to happen. Good luck to you. Brusho. Brusho is right next to Quake. No talk about TGE, but Grumpy is brushing twice a day. I got a sore on my tongue that I've had for a month now. I think I gotta go to the dentist. I got my dentist appointment cleaning coming up in April. I'm trying to hold out for that. But hey, I got white teeth. I mean, what should we tell you? I brush twice a day. There's times when I go to bed after playing Call of Duty way too late. I'm like, I take my shower every night. I have the same routine. Take a shower every night. And I'm like, with brush show, you gotta sit there and brush for 2 minutes. And I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to brush for 2 minutes. I'm going to bed. Then I'm thinking about like, I gotta build up my brush show tokens. And then the next day, I'm sitting right here, like just now, about an hour ago, I get an alert. You received 214 brush tokens. I don't know what the F that means, but I'm still hitting it. I ordered some. It was finally time for me to order. I think I got this thing last August, maybe. It was finally time for me to order some brush heads. They're good for 90 days. You get 4 of them for like $30. Somebody complained about it back then, but I'm like, if you bought an electric toothbrush from Amazon, Walgreens or something, aren't you replacing the brush head on that? Like that, and it's $30 for a year's worth. It's 4 brush heads. That should be a year's worth of my college math. Doesn't fail me. I don't think that's the end of the world. Now, listen, I'll call them out, even though I'm sitting here begging for them to send me a free miner or something, or a free QuakeCore device, but I'll call them out, and maybe that's why they don't talk to me no more. Unless it's on sale. This was $129, I think, when I did my video. At least at $129, I told y'all that, somebody was talking about, somebody on my live back then said, man, I just paid almost $300 for a Philips, or one of these higher end ones. When I watched somebody else's video on Brush Show, he had bought one or got one for a honeymoon gift or something like that. And it was a $300 electric toothbrush. I'm not going to sit there and lie to y'all and kid y'all. Yes, they have some for $50 on Amazon. But I was saying, either way, you're going to make a little bit of crypto from it. You ain't buying a Lambo from it. At that time, I wouldn't have mind spending $120 or whatever this was for Brush Show. I can't recommend this for $250. If some of y'all have disposable income, some of y'all pulled profit from different places, hey, it's $224 with the Grumpy code, because you get 10% off, right? I'm not saying I recommend it. I'm just saying, but there's no talk about TGE. They had a testnet token called Oral, and they have recently did a TGE and made their brush token, but it's not being rewarded. It's not mainnet. It's not on exchanges. But it is what it is. Thing is $250 now. I'm saying like I think it's a cool product. I think it's cool. Like people, I wish I could take pictures of people's faces. People at work know, and like even like these, I'm on these statewide boards for communications, like the statewide communication system. I know some of y'all have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but for radio system, we have a statewide radio system. I'm on that technical board, and people around the state are starting to know that, hey, that guy Conrad has this grumpy thing. Oh, I can see why they call him grumpy. I'm like, y'all don't even know me. How you know I'm grumpy? But anyway, they know. And they're like, man, they have a crypto. So they all come, like, they start coming to me. Hey, what crypto project? Like, what's your crypto project you like right now? And I'm like, I'm in a crypto toothbrush, brushing teeth project. And if I could just capture their face every freaking time, it is hilarious. Because they don't know if I'm being serious. Like, wait, you're getting paid to brush your teeth? Like every kid's dream. Every kid's dream. Just think if you can pay your kids to brush their teeth. And they think I'm effing with them. And I'm not. I'm like, it's not. It's called Brush Show. And that is why I like Brush Show. I'm being dead honest with y'all. I don't think I'm gonna get Lambo. I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford a Hot Wheels Lambo. I don't know if it's ever gonna go to TGE. I think it probably is capturing some data that they could probably go sell to the American Dental Association about brushing habits, or to Oral B for brushing habits, like they say it would. I can see there maybe being a market for that. I don't think there's nobody else capturing that kind of data. Like Wingbits has to compete with these free projects to sell ADSB project. You think there's any? I don't. Do you think any electric toothbrush is collecting that data? Probably not. But I just think it's funny. It's funny. And this, I love brush show. My teeth thank me, and so does my dentist. I cash some rewards to buy some new brush heads. Wait a minute. I can cash in rewards to buy. No, I could have cashed in my tokens to buy my. Okay. I'll brush my teeth. Thank you so much. They get stupid in now in this crypto market. What about this crypto market? I don't know. Again, I'm not in it to. Is with this. All right, boys and girls. Appreciate it as usual. Appreciate the support. I'm not going to look at the chat, so I don't keep going. I'm not going to make this thing 3 hours, so I have to get off here right now. So please hit the like button. I appreciate it. And maybe we'll do a video Monday if some news is going on. I have nothing else going on. Tuesday, I don't. My daughter does not have a softball game, so we'll be back Tuesday with a live, even though Tuesday's normally slower. Next Thursday will not be a live for those of y'all who follow on Thursdays. I already have something going on that I cannot get out of. So it is what it is. So I appreciate it. I don't know. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. It's supposed to get cold again here. It was 85 degrees last week. Stormed here last night with tornadoes. Love the weather. Thank y'all. That would seem like yeah, I agree with you. Have a Canadian. It would be. All right. Appreciate it. I gotta go. Thank y'all. See y'all later. And have a great weekend. Kiss your loved ones and your families and give them hugs and stuff like that. Life is short, especially the issues I'm having. So